Let's welcome on board Siraj Hussain. He's the former Agricultural Secretary and Visiting Senior Fellow at ICRIER. We also have on the show with us RG Agarwal. He's the founder and group chairman at Dhanuka Agritech, joining in on the show right now. Gentlemen, good morning. Good to have you on the show. Mr. Hussain, if I could start the discussion for you, help us break down what could be the impact with the withdrawal of these products and the farmers' ability really to protect their crop at this crucial juncture.
I think as of now, the farmers are not there on the because the Kharif crop has not been sown in most of the areas in North India. So in Rajasthan, Punjab, parts of Gujarat, UP, the Bundelkhand region and parts of Madhya Pradesh, Kharif is yet to be sown. So as of now, there is not much impact on the crop. And I think the government will be able to solve this menace by the use of malathion and other chemicals.
Sure. Just to put it into perspective, remember the government is actually mulling a ban on 27 agrochemical molecules. The cause for ban, of course, is the non-submission of safety data. And the current formulations are being sold directly to the farmer. That put in context with the locust attack is why we are having this discussion. Mr. Agarwal, a question to you then. What are the reasons that you think the government is considering banning these 27 pesticides, especially now that we have to combat with the locust attack? Is it because of non-submission of data by the industry as requested, or do you think it is because it's a move which is being instigated by multinationals at this juncture?
No, this information is wrong. Industry has submitted the complete data as asked by the review committee. And when industry was presenting, review committee never asked industry that there is some deficient data or this data is more required. It was not a sudden shock for Indian industry, but internationally also, as our country is the major exporter of these pesticides to developed countries like USA, Japan, Australia, etc. So these countries were dependent on India for supply of these pesticides. So number one, this is totally wrong. Second, when this locust control is a big issue, and the pesticide like chlorpyrifos, quinalfos, malathion, which are recommended for use on locust control, and if they are banned, then I don't know what is going to happen to our agriculture. And before banning, I think government does not know what is happening. Yesterday there was a webinar with Secretary Chemical. He was saying that he is not aware that these pesticides are banned. So one side chemical ministry, nodal ministry, other side agriculture ministry, and without proper consultation with the scientific community and the farmers, these products are banned, which is illegal, because if any pesticide is to be banned, then the procedure has to be followed, adopted, a notice has to be given to the molecule holders registration. But all that practice is not followed, and suddenly they are banned. And I don't say it is on the behest of multinational, but I doubt it is on behest of some activist group who is working against our country, and they don't want to see our progress. And directly those countries, because they know India can develop as a very big export hub for agri.
Come back to the Locust point once again. I'm going to come back to the Locust point once again. The company which you represent is in the agrochemical space. Do you have a product or a solution to really capture the locust menace? How can it be done? Because today crops have not got destroyed, but if this menace does not stop, it's going to get destroyed. And especially I worry about the winter crops, because that is where by that time the challenge is going to be high. Do you think Indian companies like yours have enough agrochemicals which can prevent these locust attacks?
At present, yes, we are having, but you see the major import of intermediates from China, and during COVID period in the month of February, March, no shipment has come. And until fresh production is there, because one side labor is not available, factories are operating at 25-30% capacity. So fresh production is also not as per the requirement. We have the pesticides capacity to manufacture and we can manufacture and supply, but regarding labor also some arrangement is to be done. And you see this attack has not come this year, it was from last year since September. You see, for spray, you need drones. Today, world over drones are used. And we are quite late in bringing drones. You see, there are areas in desert where no vehicle can reach. And only through drones you can spray. If you don't control that swarm, then they multiply very fast. One adult can lay 70-80 eggs in one stroke. So if it is 3-4 crores, then they can multiply. You see, if it is giving 80 eggs, then how much fast it can multiply. And it gives eggs in moisture. So coming time is an environment is favorable to them to multiply. So we have to take this on war basis, otherwise.
Okay, Mr. Hussain, you mentioned in your opening remark that so far crops have not got destroyed. What is your understanding on when do you think we would be at that point at which you would say, look, this locust attack is going to hurt the crop production? Because what our understanding is that, look, the locust attack has happened in Rajasthan, it could spread to Madhya Pradesh, and wherever the locust attack happens, the standing crop or the unharvested crop really comes under, it ends up becoming completely destroyed. So why do you, when you made your comments that the crops have not got destroyed, why is that? And do you think if we don't exercise caution now, it's a matter of time, we will have the crops getting destroyed?
Actually, in parts of North India and some districts of western states like Gujarat and Maharashtra, the Kharif crops are yet to be sown. And I am quite confident that the government will be able to tackle this menace by use of malathion 96%, for which the Ministry of Agriculture has an agreement with Hindustan Insecticide Limited. So by use of aeroplanes, by use of drones, and by use of fire brigade machines and other equipment, I think it will not be very difficult for the state governments and the government of India to solve this problem. However, I must say that this is something which is not new to India, and we need collaboration with our neighboring countries, especially Pakistan. So there has to be a much more intense and engaged discussion with Pakistan so that the locust attack can be prevented there itself.
Oh, sure. Mr. Agarwal, just give us a sense, as to whether or not there are alternate products in the market that can carry out the same function. Will new products be required? And if we break up really the ag-chem market, 20,000 crores in exports, 20,000 crores domestic, how much really of this do these products constitute?
You see, on locust, the way attack is there may be market for locust control, maybe up to 2,000, 3,000 crore pesticides. And what just Mr. Siraj said, aerial spray is not allowed in the country and malathion is not available. As he was talking that malathion 96 ULV is recommended and mostly used by government. But at present, HIL, which is the government undertaking and major manufacturer, they are also not having its total raw material and production is not there. As in one of the webinar, HIL MD, Mr. Mohanty said that they are also in trouble due to non-availability of labor and raw material. So the serious concern is the availability of the pesticides. Initially, for immediate requirement, it may be, but the way it will multiply in coming time, pesticides may not be available, and even drones. Our government has no drones at far. Last week only, our aviation committee has specially allowed drones for locust control only and not for agriculture use. In this situation, which private sector will import drones for just 1 month for controlling locusts? And after that, what will be of these drones? So government should make a practical policy so that large scale drones can be brought, maybe by government or maybe by private sector, so that large scale spray is done, so these swarms can be stopped from spreading to other areas.
Right, we'll have to leave it there, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us and taking us through the implications of what we're seeing on the agri side currently.